In 1946, when Dr. Paul White, the jungle doctor, returned to Australia, he joined my grandfather's practice. My grandfather was Dr. Leslie Parr. And through Paul, he was introduced to many people involved in Crusaders and developed a passion for the Crusaders' work. And as a result, he donated this land, which we're sitting on now, to Crusaders for youth ministry purposes. There's been sacrifice by hundreds of faithful men and women over the years to build this campsite into what it is now.
Since then, thousands have come to the Lake Mac campsite, eager to experience fun and adventure, but often left with something much more precious, a deep and abiding faith in Jesus. I'm one of them. It was here that I committed my life to Jesus in 1979. But today we're faced with the reality that future generations may not get the same chance I had unless swift action is taken to tackle the major challenges facing the site.
I was here in 1977 and we're still sleeping in those same facilities, and they certainly don't have the capacity to attract the size of school.
The site's holding us back because there are just so few beds, and we have schools that are coming to us wanting to bring 180, 200 kids on camp, and we have to say no.
We can't just let this drift on. Now is the time to act.
This world has changed since the first time I went on a crew camp. No longer do most kids know who Jesus is. No longer can we count on things like scripture to teach them that, as less and less kids do it.
I have 4 children, and I know that 95% of the children at my kids' schools don't go to church or hear the gospel at home. That is why it is so important that we expand ministries that are really good at attracting children to hear the gospel in a non-threatening environment. Crew camps are brilliant at this. Kids come for fun and leave with faith.
People are impacted by Christian community, and I've seen people challenged and changed by that.
When you have the opportunity to find a quiet space and sit and reflect, or you have people around to have conversations with you, I have seen time and time again this place be a place where people come and they are really challenged by the message of the gospel. And I certainly know that I'm far from alone in people that have made the decision to follow Jesus here.
Our plan, under God, is to build a 308-bed campsite which can run multiple camps at any one time. This will mean that an extra 20,000 campers each year will have the opportunity to encounter Christ and be forever changed by the gospel.
I'm sitting in the dining hall in Lake Mac, where I became a Christian 51 years ago. I was standing right in that spot there, and he said, "Would you like to become a Christian?" So I said yes, and that's very special. A bit emotional, actually.
I knew a little bit about God, except I wasn't quite sure about it. And then once I came into this camp, they've just changed my whole world, and I've made the massive decision to become Christian and follow Jesus, because now that I know He loves me, I can love Him back. Yeah.
I know my grandfather would be delighted with the plans that we're making, the prospect of a much bigger site, many more kids being involved in activities on this site, and the gospel being proclaimed.
It's not just about putting bricks in the ground, it's about each and every kid that comes. And doing this and growing this site gives a chance every week of the year for 20,000 kids to hear God's word. And if those 20,000 kids can hear who God is from the Bible, for me, you'd do anything for that.
For people who know Jesus, it's a huge privilege to give, and I can't think of a better thing to give to.
My wife and I are certainly going to commit ourselves financially very strongly to this project, and I'd like to invite everybody to join me in doing that. We will unlock potential not just for Crusaders, but for God's kingdom. And that's why it's absolutely essential we all get on board.
It's a bold vision, and to pull it off, I'm asking for your fervent prayers and practical support. Now is the time to dig deep. Now is the time to sacrificially give to release the kingdom potential.